Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon or good morning, depending on the country you are currently find out yourselves. It is with great joy that I welcome you to the 32nd Greek Economic Summit, a conference that has been established through time for its substantial contribution to the dialogue amongst the key stakeholders of the institutional, business and university ecosystem of the country in its face with the global financial, business and investment environment and the ever upgraded footprint of the American presence, demonstrating the nodal and iconic role of the USA in redefining global economy. The perspectives are created and the opportunities in the global business ecosystem. Today, in a very critical turn of global economy and with a view of the day after, we are all challenged to make decisions and trace a new course which over the last years has been characterized by a very violent readjustment for society, environment, economy. For all these decisions and choices, we must mobilize new knowledge and skills that will allow us to transform the uncharted waters to a roadmap of sustainable development path. Ladies and gentlemen, the introduction that I have just given you is the basis upon which we have based the philosophy of the 32nd Greek Economic Summit expressed by its title, Redefining Growth for an Inclusive and Sustainable Future. A redefinition and adjustment at the same time. Adjustment to new data, new priorities, new values, a new normalcy. A redefinition that takes away concepts and perceptions which we either ignored or opted to ignore. Almost 2 years of a pandemic, which has operated as an accelerator of many processes, were more than enough so as to shape this new landscape as well as another perspective. This perspective, conveyed to the financial level and business world at large, related on with terms of sustainable development, demands a new dialogue framework, a new thematic axis, different agenda, but primarily a different perception and worldview. Addressing an original question whether we can, as a global community, to redefine that, the answer is yes. We have managed in the past to redefine ourselves through major crises. Addressing the question whether we can do so as Greece, again, the answer is affirmative. The DNA has proven that through time. And we are here in this conference with this agenda, with this bouquet of speakers. We certify that we can put on the table iconic issues and discuss them, move ahead with proposals, solutions, and actions. Ladies and gentlemen, over the next 3 days, we will have the opportunity to open a great spectrum of subjects that approaches notions such as the recovery and resilience plan, privatization, restructuring of public expenses, and digital transformation. We can bring to a common table of discussion discussants from the global ecosystem that play a defining role in shaping policies that connect social cohesion with financial effectiveness, demonstrate technological innovation as the leverage for smoothing imbalances and inclusion, and put in the framework new financial tools and methods. We can reintroduce Greece on a modern face to the rest of the world in the framework of the national narrative that shows who we are, what we represent, where we come from, and where we desire to be led. What do the era demands? Sustainable solutions and proposals for a positive environmental and social footprint, and functional framework of inclusive corporate governance, emphasis on reskilling and upskilling, corporate social responsibility with the crystal views that responds to the modern role of business world and embraces man and environment, tracing new investment opportunities and challenges offered by the global creative economy, inspired innovation, human-centered in its rationale. The transformation of the country, which has been a priority in the middle of the pandemic creates a historic momentum of a new springboard. We must insist on collective desire and will to create a very strong perspective. In this new perspective, companies have a paramount role to play through cooperations, partnerships, and unification of powers for a new development paradigm that will transform comparative advantages to real development opportunities that will overcome structural deficiencies and ailments and will be shaping a productive basis on international competitiveness. As the Hellenic American Chamber of Commerce, promoting the substantial and effective dialogue, we will continue operating with an even greater extrovert character next to our members with well-documented positions and reliable proposals on entrepreneurship and a feeling of responsibility. This is the perception that we serve with this conference as well, and along with the Athens Stock Exchange Group, Atlantic Council, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, our sponsors, and all the participants, and the executives and staff of the Chamber that have worked for such an event, and all our members, we welcome you to the 32nd Greek Economic Summit. I warmly thank you for your attendance. And let us proceed to a brief intervention by the chairman of the Hellenic Federation of Enterprises, Mr. Dimitri Papalexopoulos. Thank you, Dimitris, for being with us. Good afternoon.